got him here from three-quarter view. He's too closed up in his chest floor, too closed up and concave in his forehead there, and then flattens in his lower stifle. But still, you have to appreciate that one from the side, having a unique look that's pretty level in terms of his lines. The one that's going to be fourth today is heavier muscle than the right out ahead of him. At the same time, though, you study that guy in motion. He's too rigid and coarse off of both ends of his skeleton, and you see him just get out and go with a shot more athleticism. They went out the class with a good, hard touching one. Again, you fix that guy's structure as we send him in motion. Really nice class on down the line with slates that have some growth. Just need to see more of them. Congratulations, guys. Just put your hands together here as they exit.
The results for the meat market goat show class 5 are in 8th, Cole Spade, 7th, Elena Miller, in 6th, Marita Strasbaugh, in 5th, Avery Kepler, in 4th, Clara Saul, in 3rd, Austin Miller, in 2nd, Ryan Weller, and in 1st, Madison Rupp.
Next class, middleweights here, and your class winner is pretty high quality, guys. The one that hits the ring kind of demands your attention just in terms of his presentation and feature. That's a stout sculpted one that's really big on the backside of his shoulder, and then everything runs forward in him. He's stuffed up in his chest floor really good in terms of his lines and his angles. I prefer his hip and hind leg by far in class. Just a really nice place to go ahead and start. Congratulations to her. Second and third is probably where I spent the most time in class, but I think it comes pretty logical just come to my mind when we set them in motion. The one here in second is just as stout and just as rugged as one here in third. That one's leveler and longer out of his hip. We set him in motion. He gets out and goes and hinges and flexes out of his rear too, better than the one here in third. And then from the side, that one probably proportions up about his chest plate and his breastplate there up through his front 1/3, better than one right behind him, but still really nice one to go ahead be second. The one here in third is pulled apart, and that one is bold and dense in terms of his center body. Just gets a bit rounder out of his rear 1/3 in motion, gets a bit closer and plainer about his front side of his skeleton. If we could just proportion him up and balance him up a notch better, I think he can run up because his muscle shape is very, very good. We got a stout, rugged, dense one here in 4 that's pushing some extra condition, but too coarser and more rigid to how he wants to get about the ring. And then a really fresh, high quality or a high cut ability one that's going to round out your top 5. Just one there from the side. Doesn't want to balance up as well from his chest to his flank. Gets a bit stiltier out of his hip and his hind leg, but shorter in terms of his hip there. Guys, nice class there. Let's put our hands together. A good one to start.
The results from the Meat Market Goat Show Class 6 are in 9th, Colton Bias, in 8th, Beretta Howard, in 7th, Olivia Welch, in 6th, Madeline Smith, in 5th, Pearson Nell, in 4th, Annie Unger, in 3rd, Colin Kepler, in 2nd, Regan Mullet, and 1st, Raylan Reddick. This is first call for Meat Market Show Class 7. First call for Meat Market Show Class 7.
here in your middleweights, guys, if you would, ringside, put your hands together for our exhibitors out here. Extremely high quality set, and I think the best three are on the front line. Probably the first time we've had that today. And we'll go through and describe them here quickly. The one out of the first class, that guy's pulled apart. When you step in front of him, you're getting a good view of it out there. He's wide and dense and powerful, coming directly at you. But with that being said, he is carrying a bit more shoulder, about the front part of his shoulder there, a bit girthier in terms of his neck size, not as unique in terms of his touch and his handle regarding his skin and his hair, but still, past that from the outside, I think his three-quarter view is a shot more genuine than the two right behind him, and then his power and shape on the top side of his skeleton is better. In motion, I think he gets out of his shoulder relatively well for being that stout and powerful. It's just if you can look past his front end, for me, he was one of the born and raised the earlier that was kind of up and out, and this guy's probably on the opposite end of the spectrum of that. So just some things that I'm focusing on in my mind. The one out of the middle class, when that guy is in motion, it's poetry. Love that guy when he gets out and moves. It's just here from the side, and when you get off of him and study him in his natural habitat, right behind his shoulder is not good enough. I wish this would just sit up in him just a notch better. He kind of dishes right there out of the backside of his shoulder, and not as unique in terms of his shape there. He is hard touching over his loin, over his center body there, just from the side. I just want to balance up, and as unique in terms of his top line there, you step in front of him, and he's probably the narrowest one of those three out here. Love him in motion. Is there enough of that one to go ahead and move him up? The one here to my far left probably puts a lot of pieces together from the side. I think he balances up really well. He is a bit girthier, just like your class one winner about his neck. It is not as unique how he ties his neck at the apex of his shoulder, but the center part of his body from here to here is by far the best, because he is hard touching, really good on the backside of his shoulder. In motion, his hip and hind leg can get a bit more rigid about how he goes about the ring, but still, is that enough to beat that one? In my mind, it's not. Young lady is going to be your champion. Congratulations. Past that, guys, we'll get you the rest of your top five and sort through them one more time. Put your hands together for his middleweight division as we shake hands and get a top five. Congratulations.
First call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. First call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. This is second call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. Second call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. Third and final call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. Third and final call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 8. This is first call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9. First call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9.
High quality class here. I think these top three kind of sort themselves up to the top just from a structural integrity standpoint and touch and balance and tone when you get your hands on them. The one that wins though, when that guy gets propped up here from the side, how pulled apart he is through his center body and chest floor and still that level and have that much lower hip and stifle shape. When he gets out and goes, is he just perfect in motion? Absolutely not. But for having that much extra power, I think he handles it all really, really well. Congratulations to him. The one here in second, when that one first hit the ring, caught my eye just from a presentation and balance standpoint. But the longer you study him in motion, just doesn't handle himself as uniquely. Right on the backside of his shoulder, kind of wants to ditch right there. He's not as hard to the touch there. He's got plenty of hair on him. I wish he was a bit tighter in terms of his presentation today, but still really nice one that balances up well from the side. A big foot, a big forearm on that one. Congratulations to you, young lady. Probably the frailest one of our initial three is one here in third. At the same time, though, you study him on the top side of his skeleton, really big over his loin on the back side of his shoulder. In motion, though, he gets a bit coarser and deeper about his front end, a bit more rigid of how he wants to go about his hip and his hind leg, but a very, very nice one to go and be third. On down the line here, we got one in fourth. That's better in terms of his lines and his angles from the side. He's taller at the point of his shoulder. I just wish we could rearrange his skeleton design here from the side, drop his flank down relative towards chest where it sits. Then one that's going to ride out of class, more boxier type, if you will, a bit more mature in terms of his appearance. Really good in terms of his touch and his tone. Just so you give that guy some extra look here from the side. But congratulations. Put our hands together here as they exit.
Our Meat Market Goat Middleweight Division Champion is Raylan Reddick. Our Meat Market Goat Middleweight Division Reserve Champion is Kinsley Rupp. In third place, we have Madison Rupp. Fourth place, Reagan Mullet. And in fifth place, we have Ryan Willert. This is second call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9. Second call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9. Our Meat Market Goat Show Class 7 results are: in 7th place, Emmett Williams; in 6th place, William Sword; in 5th place, Landon Clark; in 4th place, Addison Connolly; in 3rd place, Jaden Smith; in 2nd place, Elena Lingle; and in 1st place, Mason Rupp. Third and final call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9. Third and final call for Meat Market Goat Show Class 9.
I think these top two are awfully challenging in my mind. And the one that wins, I'll be the first to admit, In Motion. He is way uncoordinated. Not quite sure where his feet and legs are going to land. With that being said, he's a man and a monster when he comes right at you. Super pulled apart in terms of his top side shape. Very fresh and hard to his touch. Just wish we could reconstruct him. How he's built out of his neck and his shoulder there. And then In Motion, we could just give him a shot more athleticism. I think he travels well. It's just where everything is going to land gets a bit more uncoordinated for me. One here in second, I do think is a bit more just genuine at the surface in terms of his foot size and his bone work there. Just In Motion, though, probably not an improvement over our class winner. Then you study him out of the backside of his shoulder. He's not as pulled apart or as opened up and as unique as our class winner. He is taller at the point of his shoulder. I like where his breastplate sits relative to our class winner. Just not as pulled apart and as overwhelming and massive as our class winner. Then with that being said, he's not an upgrade in terms of structure. That's where I land on those two, 1 and 2. Congratulations to them both. One here in third. I think you get your hands on him. His top side shape is very good, and that's why he's moved up here in the class. You get your hands on him. That one's got lots of shape and muscle there. Really good in terms of the lower stifle. In Motion, kind of wants to get a bit deeper and rounder about his chest foot and his shoulder, a bit more rigid and rounder out of his hip too. And same could be said with the one here in 4. The front 2/3 of that one I like a lot about young man. It's just he at the stand gets way too short and round out of his hip. Need to lengthen him there and pop his tail up ever so slightly. One here in 5th is going to round out your top 5 when the bounce is up well from the side. Just need to give him a shot more extra elevation and look here. Real nice class, guys. Interesting top trio to sort through. Congratulations.
The results for the Meat Market Show Class 8 are in 9th, Haley Hatton, 8th, Kayla Swain, 7th, Lillian Edgar, 6th, William Carhan, 5th, Allison Weller, 4th, Adam Miller, 3rd, McKenna Hayden, 2nd, Morgan Irvin, 1st, Caleb Badiger.
working to a heavier weight goats here. There's some structural problems on down the line, but I think the combination goat in class is the one that wins. His color and presentation and skin and hide is very, very good. When that one gets out and goes, ties his neck on the top side of his shoulder very, very well. He's tall at the point of his shoulder. Not going to say he's the most refined about his shoulder and his neck there, and not the most seamless in terms of his transitions, but one that gets out and travels with enough flexibility while having that much muscle and touch. A very, very nice one. Go ahead and start. The one here in second, when that one hits the ring from the side, I can like a lot of things about that one because that one is long and level down his top line and out of his hip and stifle there. Just want to get your hands on him and stepping behind him in a sweet quarter view. He's not as pulled apart as your class winner, honestly. Not as pulled apart as the one right behind him, but it's just his skeletal quality and design that has to sort up here today in this class. Nice one going to be second. Probably the heavier muscled one of that duo is the one here in third. Probably giving the young lady some extra trouble here today, and just kind of wants to fight his front end ever so slightly. I do think that is a condition of being a bit straighter in terms of his shoulder, a bit rounder and bolder in terms of his shoulder there. We have to appreciate him from there on back because that one's cage and body shape is very, very good, just not as unique in terms of his front one third skeleton, but a nice one going to be third. An outlier in terms of his look and his hide and his touch here, the one here in fourth. You study that one coming at you, study his skull shape and his head. He gets a bit frailer there and at the surface. That's where I like to change him, kind of match his bone density with the shape up high. We can level him out of his hip ever so slightly and give him a shot more stifle as well. Then we went out to class one that I think is built very, very well, and how he attaches his shoulder and his neck just from there on back. I need to see more of that one. I need to see that one touch with a shot more extra freshness here today. Really nice class, guys. Let's put our hands together here as they exit.